shed. Well, here we are on the 7th episode of the SV650 rebuild. Things will start slowing down a little bit now. Obviously finances come into play, and when you work part-time, bills come before motorbikes, unfortunately. But really, being honest, it only needs tarting up now. Once the frame's done, it'll be a case of starting to rebuild the bike. The engine's all ready to go. The wheels, which are in this video now, they'll be done. So it'll just be a case of sorting a few little bits and pieces out, to be honest. So a lot of the time now will just be spent on painting up things and maybe fabricating something for the clocks. It's all going to be down to whether I use the standard clocks or whether I go with one of these cheap Chinese electronic jobbies. I can't really make my mind up at the moment. Standard would be easier, but the face is all cracked and broken. It's going to cost me 30 quid for a second-hand set of clocks. Well, I might as well buy some electronic ones, brand new, Chinese, 28 quid. Might give it a slightly better look as well. Anyway, we digress. So, started off painting the wheels. As you've seen in a previous episode, I'd already sanded them all down, so it was just a case of masking, priming, and then obviously a bit of top coat as well. Well, I make that sound so easy, but I'll be perfectly honest, it isn't. Once I'd masked the tyres up, I then got the primer, gave them a couple of coats of that, and then left them for a couple of hours to dry off. Finished priming the front wheel, so I thought, well, why not? Let's do the back wheel as well. So once again, a couple of coats of primer, leave it to dry. So let's move on to the front wheel again. My little mind was working overtime again. I thought to myself, well, I'll tell you what then, we'll have the wheels all black, satin. So I carried on, I sprayed all the rims, everything on the wheels, just to see what they'd look like really. So while the wheels were drying, I thought to myself, I'll start cleaning up these brake discs, see if they're any use. Rear one first. Started with the wire brush on my drill to get rid of all the rust. And I noticed a little bit of a crack, and I thought I'll clean that up and just have a quick nosy, see how bad it is. And unfortunately the news ain't good. It's right the way through, so basically the disc is scrap. Again, eBay's come to the rescue. Picked one up for £9. Pity the front brake discs aren't that cheap. So that's now on order. I will try and tart it up a little bit more before I fit it to the back wheel. I really do wish that I could afford a proper GoPro really, instead of one of these cheap sports cameras. You can't really see the crack on here. Paint on the wheels had dried as well, so I looked at them, I thought, no, I'm still going to go with the polished outer rim. So set to and got the autosol and the fine wire wool and set to for about 45-50 minutes polishing the rims. Looking back, what I should have done was masked the rims off and then painted the inners of the wheels, because I've made myself quite a lot of work here. But it does give you a bit of satisfaction when you see the finished result. Once I'd done the rough sanding, then I had to look and take it nice and steady up to the paintwork that I wanted to keep. So I got most of the paint off, bought myself some more autosol, so set to with the fine wire wool to get a polished finish. They've come up really nice. I'm well impressed. I'm glad I've gone for it now. But I was sat in bed this morning and I thought, I wonder if the fork legs would look better in black. I really do annoy myself sometimes. But I'll wait and see once I've started building the front end up. If I don't think the silver looks right on the fork legs, I'll go back to black. So the 3 stages we used started off with a 120 grit sand sheet, then we went on to a 400 grit, and then I used the fine wire wool with autosol just to finish off. Early start this morning, bit of MotoGP, so qualifying was early doors. Thought, well, might as well give this wheel a wash after last night, get rid of all the dust. And then once I've dried it off, I'll throw a bit of lacquer over it and that'll be the front wheel done. Then I've got to start on the back wheel. Well, all this work up to this stage has taken probably, I don't know, about 4 hours. But from where we started to where we are at the moment, the difference is monumental. And I have to admit that I'm really pleased with the way it's come out. I just hope the back wheel comes out exactly the same as the front. Now, like a knob, I've taken the masking tape off the wheel. Should have left it on really. So once I start applying the lacquer, I've had to go around with a rag and just wipe the lacquer off the tyre. Being honest, early doors, it was a little bit cold to actually do the lacquering, so basically it's going to take a while for the lacquer to dry. But from a wheel that was covered in algae and corrosion to what we've got now, I am so pleased. Just a quick footnote, got my backside into gear and I've taken the frame down to the powder coaters. Should be back in about a week, fingers crossed, he's told me. So, watch this space. There we go, that's where we're up to. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.